This is Martial Arts Explorer, examining functional techniques as derived from classical martial arts of all styles. I'm Scott Combs. Let me begin by offering a collective apology for our tardiness with this episode. Our excuses are legion. The sun was in my eyes. The ball hit a rock. It was the booze. Actually, there were two culprits. We had some pretty severe hardware-software compatibility issues. Incompatibility issues, actually. They're fixed now and things are moving along nicely, thank you. The other issue is, well, it's a bit more embarrassing. It was a nasty accident involving my whiter shade of pale skin, a tanning booth, and a pair of goggles. More precisely, it was the cleaning fluid on the goggles that burned my eyelids, causing them to swell to the size of small dirigibles. It's quite a sight. I couldn't see it for a while myself, but my family had no end of fun at my expense. I told the students at the dojo that my wife popped me in the eye for leaving my sparring gear on her pillow and claiming it left an odor. Whatever. The good news is, I got better. Now, on with the show. A couple of emails poured in regarding my monologue in the last show. Both Tommy from Singapore and Howard Rosenblum agreed that there are some techniques children should not be taught until they're older. Howard took it one step further, saying, quote, "There are some things a student should not be taught until they are sufficiently mature." Howard continued, "I think that as an instructor, we bear some responsibility for the consequences of the actions that our students take. I may be splitting hairs, but I think it is more a matter of maturity than age." Howard, I'd be hard-pressed to disagree with you. We'll get to hear more from Tommy in the next show. This time, Michael is looking at another knife hand technique.
Thanks, Scott. We're going to take another look at knife hand. Now, we just looked at one recently, and we looked at a chamber position, the hands crossing, coming down. Don't get hung up in your chamber position. Some people chamber underneath and strike. Some people chamber outside, chamber low. It doesn't matter. Notice your hands are crossing and you're moving in. This time, we're looking at it from a reaching position. Hands come back, body twist, and strike coming across. Same knife hands at the end, different setup in the beginning. Jordan's going to jump in and join me. And as he grabs on, we're going to work from an arm position, and he's winding up from the back. Now what happens is, if you're surprised on the street, don't expect to perform some great martial arts block that's going to stop everything in one shot. You know what happens? Even after years and years of practice, if you're surprised, you're going to panic a little bit, at least for the first second. So that's what we're assuming happened. He comes up and this punch is coming in right now. Boom, I'm going to throw up to here. Now what we're hoping is, after enough training in the martial arts, we're often taught you step into attack. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to work this double shooter motion. He grabs, he goes to strike, I step into my attack. Now when I do it, notice how I'm stepping behind his body. My hands are protecting my head in my panic type position block, and I'm crowding him. I'm rib to rib. I'm coming all the way in nice and deep, and I'm turned away, much like this motion here. All I'm going to do is unwind and throw him my knife hands. And he pops right up and over my leg. Simple twist and drop. All right, let's just do it again from this angle. As I turn a little bit, now remember, he winds up, it's coming. All I'm doing is put my hands up, step straight in. Boom, hands come high and I'm crowding him. You have to get close. If I throw this from out here, I'm gonna end up pushing. He's gonna trip over my leg, but he's probably not gonna fall down. What I'm looking for is to get behind his thigh, rest him up against my body. All right, move up and in this way, and now all I wanna do is just unwind. I'm actually using my elbow to push against the chest, and I'm gonna drop him down at a 45-degree angle this way, and it pops him right over my leg. Quick and very clean. Thanks, Jordan. Remember, knife hands show up in so many forms and so many styles. They're easy to apply. Look for lots of different ideas and lots of different techniques you can work from. We're going to get the class together. Let them give it a try. All right, guys. We're working on another knife hand position. Previously, we worked on a chamber position. Now we're going to work on a reaching position, reaching the hands back and dropping in with a double knife hand strike. I'm going to just grab Jordan again since he's used to it here. Remember, this is an arm grab here, and all we're doing is we're going to crowd the body. Now, this is really serving an Aikido throw at heart. So all you want to do is step in. You're not going to use a lot of legs to sweep or anything. Go ahead. Panic block, hands come up, I'm dropping really deep, and I start to apply pressure. His body's coming forward, all right? His legs, his body, his hand, everything is moving this direction. I'm gonna reverse just the upper body. So as he comes in, I turn, I drop. Now, don't try and use your hand, make sure you use your elbow and just twist and unwind back. Now, this was thrown really nice and he was coming in nice and hard, especially if you're used to Aikido and you have this training down. What would happen is you might even see his whole body start to lift. His feet would kick up, he would come up in the air and his head would come crashing back in the ground. So as we start, just remember, crowd close, ribs up nice and tight, up high, dropping in and use your elbow, the back of your arm, and twist him and drop him right over your leg. You're using your body to unbalance him and take him down. All right, guys, give it a try. All right, quick note, guys. Everybody look over here quick. I noticed one general idea coming across. When this grab comes in and this block happens, one, I have to move in really deep. I'm coming to here, all right? I'm just running over him for the first part. Next is this hand, the hand that's on the inside. I'm not gonna block and keep this hand right here and barely cover my face. He's holding on to me. I'm gonna lift this up and over this way. My armpit is up against his body here, so I'm nice and tight. This gets my elbow up above him, and I'm gonna start to apply pressure going backwards against his upper body while his lower body is still moving forward. You guys are tending to throw it more from here and then trying to reach in and almost throwing a secondary move. This is one move. It looks like this. All right, so as he grabs on, punch comes in, and down and through. All right, and I don't know if you could hear on camera, the wind sort of popped out of his chest just a little bit just from running into him. And that's what you would do is as you came in, this motion here, I'd hit nice and hard and drive through. My elbow would even come back in and start to strike the body, and then I would twist and drop through. And that's what you want. So get close and get nice and high. This is the reach. This is why it's from this motion here. Much better, Kelly. You're really close, Matt. You have a little gap between you. As I watch you, I can see the space in here. You want to make sure you take up that space. So if you're being held on to, when this comes in, I drop in so much and I lift this high enough that I get my ribs up against his body here. All right, so you're coming a little deeper on him. Okay, so you're almost there. Your elbow's in the way. Your elbow's hitting him. Pull this back and out of the way so that this is touching and drops in.
Okay.
There, you're getting there. It's starting. I think you guys both got it, but you both have a pause. So I want both of you to try a couple times to see if you can make this one motion. Boom, and drop. Okay, remember as you're doing this, this is one motion. You're gonna be stepping in and throwing out and around. The other thing is, make sure you get your block. This hand has to be up in case when you check him, he doesn't fall back. Now this isn't my native style and you probably notice a few things I'm doing wrong, so I'm gonna put this out. If you know Aikido or any other throwing style and you got tips for us, send them in. We have no ego, I don't care if someone's got better ideas, send them in, or better yet, send us a video. Show us exactly how this is done, or some other ideas you guys have for your own forms. We'd love it, we'd love to see it. Thanks for joining us, and back to Scott.
Remember to make sure your partner has a safe landing area if you want to try this technique at home. It is the responsibility of the thrower to ensure the safety of the throwee. We love hearing from you. Send email to explorer@martialartsexplorer.tv. Oh, and we hope to have the martialartsexplorer.tv website operating by the very beginning of the new year, if not sooner. It's a good thing for us. Our lives don't depend on it. We will keep you posted. For Martial Arts Explorer and Michael Kleinepeer, I'm Scott Combs.